Hey, well, it's Monday, December 7th there, and got a big fight coming up on December 12th, and want to get into that and give the my breakdown, analysis, and then prediction for the fight. Now, this fight is between Vitali Klitschko and Kevin Johnson, the kingpin. He's a 240-pound fighter, 22-0-1, with 9 knockouts. Now, that's for a monstrous 39% knockout ratio right there. And for those of you that have been following me a long time, when you start getting up in the heavyweight division, and you're expected to maintain a certain level, and pretty much any good heavyweight, really good heavyweight, you're looking at they're around a 55% knockout ratio, and that's even the ones that are kind of like boxers. I mean, you look back at Muhammad Ali, you look back at Larry Holmes. Speaking of Larry Holmes, I'll get to that in a second. You start looking at those guys that were actual boxers in the heavyweight division. They carried a decent knockout percentage, and Kevin Johnson doesn't have that. Now, he's had 3 knockouts in his last 3 fights, but I'm telling you right now, I could have hopped in there with those dudes and hung with them. I mean, that's the reality. He wasn't fighting guys that were at the absolute top of their game. His one of his last 3 wins was over a 41-year-old Bruce Seldon, who's lost to every big name he's ever fought. And I don't want to knock him, but at the same time, because Seldon's got a hell of a punch, and he's been in there, and he's done his time. He's 41 years old. He's done. So him losing that fight, his eye was all swollen, but your eye don't get swollen if you keep your hands up. Just throwing that out there. You don't really get hit as much if you actually keep your hands up and protect yourself. Now, a lot of you can say, oh, whatever, you don't know crap. I know this. If my hands are here, you ain't hit me here, or you ain't hit me here. That's all I'm saying. Against Damian Wills, that was a unanimous decision that went 10. And the reason why I throw this guy in there is because Arreola knocked him out in 7 rounds. So, and had him hurt bad pretty much throughout the fight, and this guy goes a decision with him. Arreola couldn't even touch Klitschko. And I know you're saying they're not the same fighter and everything, so I'll give you that. Now, his recent win over Vargas, and he knocked him out in 6 rounds, technical thing. Vargas took that fight on 1 week's notice, so just throwing that out there, he probably was nowhere near in fighting shape to take that kind of a fight, and still went 6 rounds with him on 1 week. That's pretty impressive. I believe Monty Barrett was supposed to fight him, but he dropped out. I don't know why. Now, he holds his left way too low, and he holds his right low as well. You can go ahead and try and look him up, see what fights you can find on him, and you'll see this. His right hand is here, his left hand is even lower. And now he has good speed as a heavyweight, but he's not active. So when people are saying, oh, he's a boxer this and he jabs this, he's not active enough when you watch some of his fights to really cause a lot of problems for the elite figers. He's not. He can throw punches and bunches when he actually throws punches. His jab, I'm going to tell you right now, as an aficionado of jabs, as a man who thinks the jab is the #1 punch in boxing, he doesn't have a great jab. He barely has a good jab. And I'm going to explain this to you. When a jab is thrown, you got your hands up. When you pop that jab, when you're popping it, the hand comes out, the hand comes back. The hand comes out, the hand comes back. You see that? And the hand is back. When you throw a jab, it goes out and down. Every time you throw a jab, I'm coming with the right hand, because my right hand is going to be more powerful than your jab is. Okay? And trust me, Vitali's going to know this. And if he actually fought fighters that know, or did any film work on him at all, you would see this. And that is a deadly, deadly flaw. If you throw a power jab, and you pop it out, and then you drop it straight down, you're in bad trouble, man. Bad trouble. Because by the time you drop it down, because you got to pull it all the way back, you bring it all the way down, then you got to bring it back up again, as that punch is already coming over. Bad days, man. Watch the fight with Greer. And Greer was horrible. I could beat Greer with 3 months training. He was horrible, man. Anyway, he hasn't fought one top fighter his entire career. Bruce Seldon at 41 years old is not considered a top fighter. Sorry. He's a good boxer, but even as a boxer, he's not as good as Vitali is. So let me get over to Vitali. You have Vitali Klitschko. We just watched him dominate Areola. He crushed Gomez, embarrassed Peter. I mean, this guy he's back. He's healthy. What more do you want from him? He's 38-2 with 37 knockouts for a 93% knockout ratio. He has the extreme power. He has a great jab, hook, right hand. He's a great counter puncher. He's deceptively fast. He's a very good boxer. I mean, the guy isn't a champion, or hasn't been a champion for as long as he has been, and not being or not having these abilities. He's, as I said, his timing is amazing. But then you throw in the thing, at 38, when is his time going to be up? When is he finally going to hit that wall where he gets a little bit too slow? Where he gets to where a faster fighter might have a shot at him? I mean, he does well against boxers. I mean, he was waxing Bird a long time ago. I'm saying a long time ago because he fought Bird in his first career, his first boxing career. And he was waxing him, until he had the torn rotator cuff and had to retire. So he knows how to handle boxers. The thing is who's good enough to handle what he has? He's aggressive. He's going to push the issue. And he can push the issue without having to walk you down, because he knows how to cut the ring off, because he can do all those little things with the movement and the footwork to get closer to you without having to just charge forward. Ask Areola. Areola thought he was going to do some stuff. He just kept getting punched in the face. Alright? So I guess now, it comes down to a prediction thing there. Sorry, that's the wife calling. But, it comes down to prediction time. I don't see this fight going past 8 rounds. I think Vitali lands some serious shots early, continues to land them late, and this is another one of those stoppage fights. Johnson doesn't have the power to back Vitali off. He doesn't have the boxing ability to fluster Vitali Klitschko. So I think this is a very, very long night for the Kingpin, because Vitali's going to be rolling strikes, man. He's going to have that 300 game, you know what I mean? Okay. Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed the review here. Please comment, rate, subscribe if you like it. If not, please comment, rate, subscribe if you like it. Anyway, this is Bigragu. I'm out.